Hello everybody and good morning. This is the two Granmars. I'm Marcia and this is Marla.
Hey!
And today we're going to make a Tres Leches Cake. Marla, tell us about it.
It's Tres Leche, and that's a Latin word or Mexican, and it's a sponge cake. And then after you bake it, you pour, Tres Leche is 3 milks, and we're going to pour 3 milks over the top, and when you let that soak in, and then we're going to cover it with some whipped cream. And so we're going to start making that now. And Marcia, first of all, we need that big bowl there.
Okay.
Here we go. We need the big bowl, and we're going to put, this is 1 cup of flour.
1 cup of flour.
That goes in the big bowl.
Okay.
And it's 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and I think that's
Already got that measured out. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. 1/4
teaspoon of salt. It's the first time we've cooked together for a while.
I know.
You went out of town. I went out of town.
Yep. Florida. Marla's been right outside Jackson. Is that where you've been? With her
Clinton,
daughter.
Mississippi. Yep.
And I've been in Florida with my good friend Renee. I've been down there for a week and just hadn't been back since we moved from Florida in August. So it was fun to go back and see old friends. And between COVID and moving, I mean, I hadn't seen these friends in 3 years, and it totally was interrupted by COVID, so it was really good to see them.
So now we mix these things together.
Gotta
the
get
flour, the baking powder, and the salt.
And y'all know I love to whisk. Whisk,
so
whisk, whisk.
Whisk that up.
All right, so what else goes in here?
And nothing right now.
Okay.
We have to set that aside.
Okay.
And we have these eggs that we have separated. Here, I'll set that over here.
So these are the egg yolks.
Those are the yolks, and we have one more that we need to separate.
Okay. Now, my eggs are fresh from Olive Branch. My friend Clevie and Mary brought me a dozen eggs. He gets them from a friend. So I love people that share their goods.
They're so pretty,
Yeah, they're so pretty. And it's funny when you open up
white goes in there.
the carton, you got different shades. They're not all just alike like when you get them in the store. So the white goes here.
See, they're so full. When I was separating them, I was just like, golly, these eggs have so much egg white.
So that's going to make for a really pretty
and fluffy cake.
Yeah. Okay, and the yolk goes in here. So we've got 5 yolks in here, right, Marla?
We do, and then we have to beat those. Let's set these back over here.
So we're going to beat our egg yolks
with 3/4 cup of sugar.
So go ahead and put the sugar in now.
You can. And yes, and you beat it on high speed until they're pale yellow. And we're using a recipe from the Pioneer Woman. So we beat our egg yolks with 3/4 cup of sugar until they were pale yellow, and they're such a pretty color.
They really are pale yellow, and that's nothing but egg yolks and sugar right there.
And then we have to stir.
I'll get that in a minute.
So we have our 5 egg yolks beat with 3/4 cup of sugar, and is that all that was in there right now?
Yep, that's all we got in there right now.
Okay, and then we add a 1/3 cup of milk. We stir that in together.
Okay.
I'll let you stir that, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And
this is special vanilla, y'all. Listen to what she's saying.
I brought my homemade vanilla from home to put in there, and it smells so wonderful. And all that's in here is an ounce of vanilla beans, and you can order those, and they come in packages like this. And you put this with a cup of whatever alcohol you want. You can use vodka or rum or just whatever kind you know that you choose. And it takes a year. You let that sit in a bottle, and you put it in a dark closet. And after a year, it is ready to use. And I made this bottle February 27th of 21 last year. And so
it's ready now.
It smells wonderful, and I made it with vodka. And I brought Marcia her own little bottle.
Thank you, Marla.
It says homemade on there, so you can keep that in your cabinet.
Thank you very much. I will. We love to share our goods,
our homemade stuff. Okay, so now we've got that stirred. let's see.
It is ready to go. Ready to be
stir
mixed
gently until combined.
gently. It is stirred gently and ready to.
Don't overwork it.
Okay.
Now we pour this over the flour mixture. So let's move this up here. So we pour that together.
So this is the combination: egg yolks, sugar, and vanilla, which is being poured over the flour mixture.
Yeah, the flour, the baking powder, and the salt. So then we stir that gently until it's combined.
You don't mix it, you just stir gently, okay?
Okay. Yeah, just stir it gently until it's all combined.
Okay, here we go. We're folding the egg whites into the cake batter. Again, that's what makes it spongy, right, Marla?
Yes, it makes it real light and fluffy because it has these egg whites in there that it's like a meringue. So we just fold that in very gently.
Ooh, it sure does smell good. Does that vanilla not make it smell so good?
It smells
For some reason, because I know it's homemade, it just makes it even better.
That vanilla smells so
Have y'all ever made
good.
homemade vanilla? I hadn't. Marla told me about it. But it's a year in working.
I just made it and then put it in a closet, and you just kind of have to forget about it. And then you take it out every now and then and shake it, and you can see the vanilla beans, in there. And if you need a vanilla bean, like if you're making vanilla bean ice cream, you can take one of those beans out and scrape the beans out in there, and it makes it so good. So I think this is folded in there pretty good. So we need to put this in our dish.
And this is a
sprayed with Pam 9 by 13 dish.
Does that look pretty?
So pretty. And then this has to bake for 35 to 45 minutes.
Okay, I think
in a 350 oven. I don't know if you already told them it was 350 or not.
I hadn't. So we got the oven already preheated. This goes in the oven, and then we will be back to show the cake while it's show you the cake
when it's finished.
When it's finished, thank you.
And then what we're going to pour over the top of it to make it so delicious.
So we'll be back.
See you in a minute. All right, y'all. So we're back. And we've got our cake out of the oven. It's our Tres Leches cake. And it was only in there, I don't even know if it was in there 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is done perfectly, and we've let it cool. And now what we need to do is mix these 3 milks that go over the top. And we've got, here's a spoon, Marcia.
Okay. So in this bowl, we have our condensed milk.
You know what that one is.
It's
the
what
sweetened condensed
condensed milk.
You cannot eat it.
No, I'm not
You
gonna
always
eat
talk
it.
about how you can eat it with a spoon.
So it's just so good. So I can't believe that we made a recipe, the $1 Million Pie had it in it, and here we are again, and this one has it in it. So I guess we have an attraction to this.
We really like sweetened
We
condensed
do.
milk.
So we got sweetened condensed milk, and we're going to combine
The heavy cream. And that is
was that a fourth of a cup?
Yeah.
Looks like
quarter
a fourth of a
cup. And then we have a can of evaporated milk. And we have to mix all of those together.
So there are 3 milks, which is where the name comes from. And then we're going to mix all this up.
So Marcia, how's your garden going? Have you
My
been
garden
working
is
on that
yes.
since you got home?
The garden is going good. I'm so excited. I've got, I think I told you, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. But we're going to take you out to the garden. Not today. We're going to let it get a little bigger. But it's really doing good.
It looks like it's doing good. And I've been seeing hummingbirds. Have you been seeing any hummingbirds?
I hadn't. I need to change my solution out. I think it's been sitting there. It hadn't been hot, so it's probably good. But anyway, I need to.
And I was just gonna say that it's when you're trying to get hummingbirds, it's so easy to make your own hummingbird juice, and you use a cup of sugar to 4 parts. It's 4 to 1, so 4 parts of water and 1 part sugar. So I usually do, and I don't make a lot at a time. I'll just make like I do half of a cup of sugar and 2 cups of water if you don't want to make that much, and you just bring it to a boil and then let it cool, and you put it in there, and it's so much better for me. It doesn't have the red dye and all that stuff that's in there when you buy it. So, and it doesn't take but just a few minutes, and then you keep it in your refrigerator and then you can just change it out, because if it gets to be hot, it will spoil because it's just sugar water.
Right. And how long have you had hummingbirds?
I haven't seen very many yet, but you know they'll
We're
start
gonna
coming.
have
You mean this year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen very many, but I know that they are drinking, and I just don't see them because they keep getting emptied. So something's drinking it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's hummingbirds.
I'm sure it is.
Um,
you gotta get your camera out there.
I need to get my camera. Yeah, we were gone. I was gone all last week to Casey's house, so you know I didn't see. But when I came home, they were empty.
Yeah.
So I had to make some more solution, and I just keep it in my refrigerator and refill them as needed because they like it to be cold. It's so hot. They like the fresh
Did they tell you that,
juice.
Marla? Did they tell you they like their juice fresh?
They like it
and
fresh.
cool. I need mine straight from the refrigerator,
Hey,
please.
they'll just go to another restaurant if they don't
That's
like.
right. They might fly over to my house.
So I've got this fork, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't want my birds to leave and come to your house.
I know. Okay, is it time to start? You're
But I
gonna
have to
puncture it first.
Poke. Yeah, you take a fork. Oh, that came up. You take a fork and you poke holes all in it. And that's when you pour this milk on it, it's going to absorb all of these milks, and it is going to be luscious.
So not only is it a nice sponge cake, it's a nice sponge cake with these 3 delicious milks over it, and a topping. And we're going to show you how to
Yeah,
make
then
the
we're going to
topping,
put the
too.
topping on it and decorate it. It's going to be so good. Yesterday I worked in my flower beds, and don't ever plant something that's called creeping Jenny. Have you ever planted that?
It takes over?
Very invasive, yes.
Yeah.
And so I was on my hands and knees yesterday. I could hardly move today.
Did you plant it at one point?
I planted it a few years ago because I thought it was pretty. It's so bright and green, and it was a real pretty contrast with my flowers. I wish I would have never done that, because now it just takes over, and I mean it
will
grew
come
all
back
winter.
probably too. I hate to tell you that.
I pulled it up and I tried to get the roots, but I'm gonna have to just be persistent and just keep on working on it, because don't ever plant that.
There's so many evasive things that you plant.
Creeping Jenny and Creeping Charlie.
Creeping Charlie. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Okay.
The train, I hear the train.
Here comes the train.
We love our train. All right, I think there's enough holes in
Okay,
there.
so I'm going to just pour this over.
Yep.
You think we can just
Yep.
Doesn't that look good?
And it will absorb all of those milks. And it acts like a sponge. It really just soaks it up. And we've got to let that sit for about 30 minutes until it's all absorbed in there.
And then we're going to come back and we're going to show you how to make the icing for it. We're gonna
whip up some cream.
Not only is it soaking from the top, it's going to soak from the sides too.
And the bottom, I'm sure it's going to go up.
This cake is swimming in this lusciousness. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes.
This is almost sinful.
It's totally simple.
It's totally sinful. But it's Mississippi sin.
Yes, it is. Okay, now we're back and we're going to show you how to make the frosting, or it's not really frosting, but the topping for the cake. So we've got a pint of heavy whipping cream. We've got how much is this?
3 tablespoons of sugar.
3 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna whip this, and we're gonna whip it up, and then we're gonna be right back after we've whipped it.
We have got our heavy cream whipped.
And sugar.
And it's so pretty.
So we're gonna top this off real quick. And oh my goodness.
Girl. This is beautiful.
It sure is.
And we'll just put some down the sides.
One thing that now, Marla, the farmers market in Hernandez already started. It started, I believe, 2 weeks. Not this Saturday
I think
before.
it has been going, a couple weeks.
I haven't been because I've been out of town, but I have plans to go. Can't wait till all the fresh vegetables come in. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yep. But the one in Olive Branch is going to start the first weekend of June. The first Saturday in June. And it's only on Saturday. And I think it's 8 till 12 are the hours for
one-
the olive branch.
And that's a good time because it gets hot in the summer.
Yeah, it gets so hot. And they have a lot of good vendors there for their produce. So yeah, we're excited. I bought some really pretty tomatoes this week at when I was on my way home from Jackson. And
Nice.
they were so good. We had BLTs all week.
Okay, that looks good.
Okay. Yep. We don't want to waste any of that. Get that
No.
spot.
So deliciously good.
So we just put a pint of whipping cream in the bowl with 3 tablespoons of sugar, and we whipped it until it was ready. And
Now we're gonna really make it look pretty and put the cherries on.
put some cherries on top. How are you gonna do them? Just
Yeah, we're trying to kind of place them around just like size
I'll just let you do it, because then we'll.
one for a one per piece of pie. This kind of looks like $1 million pie, but this is $1 million cake, better known as Tres Leches Cake.
Tres Leche. And if you're having a party, this would be so
Who wouldn't
good.
take a bite of this?
So this is our cake. Don't dump it off in the floor.
No, we got Dale in here to give us a taste,
Yeah, I'm
taste it
gonna
too,
try it
to
out.
tell us how delicious he is.
Dale's gonna check it out with us.
Check it out.
Everybody always asks, what do we do with all our food? Well, it's for some reason it's like the flies start swarming in when our
Dale's
meals
like
are ready.
Mikey. Call Mikey.
How is it?
It's good.
Oh my goodness.
Delicious.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to have a bite too.
It is like a sponge. It's just.
Yeah.
Got an extra fork over. Oh, there's a spoon. Oh, that looks so good.
It is good.
Oh, it's so pretty. The cake is just perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly ready to eat is what it is. Good.
A winner.
The whipped cream really makes it good too.
Delicious.
It is delicious.
Okay, you got to try making this at home. Perfect for Mother's Day. Light and airy, not real heavy, and it's so pretty. Thank y'all for joining us.
See y'all later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah.